Good old Amazon, they have completely changed the way we shop. They have made things more convenient, and now, once a year, they give us a special day full of savings, and today I am here to tell you about some games that are on sale for Amazon Prime Day 2019. Now, Prime Day isn't until Monday, the 15th, that's when it officially kicks off, but that hasn't stopped Amazon from just lowering the prices on a bunch of Switch games and accessories. I'm going to have links in the description for everything I mentioned here, and I think that this is a really good time to build that library and, of course, get some fun accessories for way less money than you would otherwise. Alright, let's kick off with an accessory first, and I want to talk about a memory card because these things are absolutely necessary. Right now, Amazon has both SanDisk and Samsung SD cards for you to add storage to your Nintendo Switch. Alright, if you want 128 gigs of memory, that's going to be $25. That is really, really cheap. I remember when the Switch first came out, Zach and I bought SD cards, and it was like $50 for 128 gigs. Now, what if 128 gigs isn't enough for you? What if you say, Gabe, I am going to have an amazing Switch library. I need way more memory than that. Then, to you, I say, why not pick up a 256 gig SD card for $37. Both of those SD cards in the description. Pick them up. I'm actually going to pick one up myself because mine is full. I need to get a new one, and it is that time. I know that you've probably had your Switch for a while because you're here. You love Nintendo Switch just like we do. So it's time to maybe start going on another SD card. Don't lose that one. Put it in a safe space. Maybe you write on it, I don't know, Switch 1 or something to indicate that that was like the beginning of your library. But yes, SD cards for cheap. They have gone down in price a lot, and Prime Day is a perfect day to get them. But now that we have spoken about SD cards, let's talk about some games. The first one I want to talk about is Bayonetta 2 plus 1 for $49.94. Alright, the reason I'm mentioning this one, it's because A, it's two games. Two amazing games with a sequel coming at some point. Maybe it's next year, maybe it's not. Who knows? Regardless, Bayonetta 1 plus 2, awesome games that we don't get to talk about a lot. They don't go on sale very often, so we don't often get to mention them when we do make sale videos, and it is the perfect opportunity for you to pick up the best action games on Nintendo Switch. Yes, Astral Chain is coming, and I am bloody excited about it, but let's say you can't wait. Why not pick up two awesome games for $50? You get both of them in the package. It's a great deal. You guys know what Bayonetta is. The witch time, kind of like bullet time aspect of the combat is so cool. Amazing stylized action. She's in Smash. She is now basically a Nintendo character because Bayonetta 3 is exclusive. Who doesn't want Bayonetta 2? I do. I own it. I also own Bayonetta 1, but if you don't, you can grab them for almost $50. Pretty cheap. Next, I want to talk about a game that just came out recently. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Now, is the Switch version the best version of the game? No, but most games that come out on Switch that are on other platforms, it's the exact same case. There are promised fixes to the Switch version. They're going to fix the input lag and everything there, and the core game is so good that you have to get it. It is a return to form for Iga. I've said that on many an occasion. Anytime I get the opportunity to talk about this game, I still think it is really, really good. $40 is a lot for a Metroidvania, but because, thank you, Amazon Prime Day sales, what's up? Thanks for saving me some money. You can pick it up for $32.84. Some pretty good savings there for a game that just came out. Awesome RPG elements, some really cool boss fights, really neat looking environments. Honestly, more than I could have ever expected from the game. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do, and I'm really glad it's on Switch, even though it's not the best version. They're working on that. They're going to make some improvements. Pick it up before then. Jump on board. Now let's talk about a platformer. What have you been playing Super Mario Maker 2 a lot and you love the game? Great. That's an amazing platformer. Probably the best one on Switch. But what if you want one that's made by Nintendo that doesn't have Mario in it? Then you pick up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for Nintendo Switch. Another joint that doesn't really go on sale that often, so that is why I am mentioning it. It can be yours for $49.94. You're getting a little bit over $10 there as far as the discount goes. This is pretty close to what the game originally cost on Wii U, so if anybody had a problem paying a little bit extra for the Switch version when there wasn't a lot of new additions, then hey, this is perfect. Time to rectify that and get it. It is probably the best platformer on Switch that isn't called Mario Maker because that game is infinite and it is built by you geniuses, but Tropical Freeze is so good. Those shadow silhouette levels are super awesome. It is hard. It is very difficult. Test your might. Go grab Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Now let's talk about a pair of Dragon Ball games. I like Dragon Ball quite a bit. Okay, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is $20. Super cheap. And Dragon Ball Fighters is $25.14. Also super cheap. You can get both of these games for less than what one of them cost when it came out. Fighters is an amazing fighting game. That's probably the one I would recommend out of these. But if you do like the Xenoverse 2 style a little bit more, it is also available for you. Very cheap prices. You guys know that these games are really high quality. Namco does a great job with Switch versions of their games. There is going to be another Namco game later on in the list, so stay tuned for that. But Dragon Ball FighterZ still has a decent sized community on Switch. I actually played a couple matches the other day. It is a little bit more difficult than it would have been at launch, but that makes sense. The game's out for a while. It still has a fun story that was made just for this game. Talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ here. They had DLC characters. You can go fight as Jiren and many others. It's a good package for the price. Xenoverse 2, I don't have as much of experience with, but it's also really well reviewed well on Switch. And like I said, Namco does a good job with these ports, so check it out. And if we're being honest, I'm not going to talk about them all because you guys know what some of these games are, but a lot of Nintendo's biggest games are $49.99. Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis Aces, all of those are super solid pickups, and they're available for just under $50. You guys know that Nintendo games historically stay up there in price, and yes, this generation has seen that change quite a bit, but I just want to let you know those are available. But the next one I really wanted to highlight was Mortal Kombat 11 for $40.82. That's $20 off. You are going to get an amazing Switch version of one of my favorite fighting games in recent memory. The story is sizable and fun. The online, even on Switch, is really thriving. There is always people to play against. The Switch version, 60 FPS. We need that in our lives. Thank you, NetherRealms. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for making this happen, for making this such an amazing port. This is the gold standard for how fighting games need to work on Switch. This is almost the gold standard for ports on Switch. They did a phenomenal job. Pretty much everything in the game is in there, except for a couple of things here and there that, honestly, to me, don't even matter. The whole package is there. Full story, full online, full customization, literally everything. The towers, you're going to have hours and hours of fun. If you've been on the fence about Mortal Kombat 11 and just haven't picked it up for whatever reason, this is a perfect time. $40? Yeah, it's not going to get that much better than that anytime soon. Let's talk about that other Bandai Namco game that I referred to earlier, Tales of Vesperia. Amazing RPG for $30. You are going to get hours and hours, dozens, if not maybe 100 hours of gameplay here. If you love JRPGs and you haven't tried Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, you are missing out. A cool cast of characters, beautiful anime style visuals, a fun story, some really cool combat. Everything you want in an RPG is here, and you should own it. If you don't already, $30 is really good for the price. Like I said at the top of this segment, you are going to get a lot of hours of gameplay for this. So if you are the type of person that needs a bunch of hours when you're buying a game, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition will satiate your appetite for a big JRPG. Now let's talk about a game that isn't even out. Wolfenstein Youngblood. We keep seeing this one be cheap, and I just wanted to remind you, in case you haven't pre-ordered and you want to, for $32.84, normal price is $40, you can get Wolfenstein Youngblood, a game that isn't even out yet, and anytime that you can save money on a brand new game, much less one that isn't even out, it's gonna be a win. It's a huge win. Let's win. All right. Co-op action. Zach and I played this at E3. We thought it was really fun. If you have no issue with the way that Wolfenstein 2 runs and plays like on Switch, you're not going to have any issue here. It's the same type of port. Panic Button does awesome work. We all know that. And this one is no exception. You get to customize your characters. You get to play co-op for the first time in the series. The structure of the game is a little bit more open, and you get to select which missions you want to go on. There's a lot. We got to find good old daddy BJ Blazkowicz, so why not grab a friend and go on this adventure together, because it's going to be a hell of a good time. We can't wait to get our hands on the full version. And the fact that you can save $8 on it before it's even out, it's awesome. No brainer. So there you have it, a ton of awesome deals for Amazon Prime Day before it even starts. We will be keeping an eye on it when it does officially start, and we are going to be bringing you a follow-up video with more awesome deals. Go pick up an SD card, go pick up any of these games you may have missed. You will not regret it. Everything I've mentioned here is of the utmost quality, and we personally can vouch for it because we've played almost all of it, if not all of it, except Wolfenstein Youngblood. We haven't quite played that, but with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and scour the internet for more cheap games. We will see how actual Amazon Prime Day fares for us. Do keep an eye out for whatever we find then, but with that said, I'm going to get out of here. You guys are amazing. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our content. Leave a comment below letting us know what you're picking up. Links for everything is in the description, and we will catch you on the next one. SwitchForce out.